They have to try and get back into it, but maybe with Cole Palmer and Estevao on the bench, he might just keep it tight and look to...
20 seconds.
Yes.
Gyökeres.
Yeah, this is a perfect game for him. Slip, sliding, have shots and follow
them in. And the new Blues boss, Liam Rosenior, has started to establish his...
There will be extra time before penalties if Aggregate scores indeed are level. No away goal.
And continues as the cup goalkeeper. Eze hasn't started in the Premier League since the 6th of December. Pedro Neto for Chelsea this evening. The latter two are injured. Moises Caicedo are hoping to move a step closer to their first League Cup triumph since 19 extra time before penalties tonight. It could be a long night, it could be a cracking night. Lee Dixon...
Point, an attack, but I don't think they'll do it early on. I think they'll just sit back a little bit.
Five strung along the back with Gusto playing at right wing back and Cucurella at left wing back.
Onto the pace of Martinelli and Madueke, I think they'll be quite wary of those two, and Cucurella is one of the, said before, quite annoying to play against. And on the other side, Gusto's a good footballer, but he'll check for runners because they've only got Gyökeres to deal with, the three of them.
In-game, not started with it since moving to Chelsea.
Midfield, if they so wish, it really is.
Stats have been few and far between in the Premier League since then. Tonight played a couple of the Champions League games at the end of the league phase where Arsenal had already top 8 of that competition. Gutted by Giroud in Baku, but it has been 4.5 years since Chelsea beat Arsenal in any competition.
Yeah, what the Chelsea players have to deal with is the amount of changes that's going on at the moment. I think it was in the second half, because the first half, I think all 11 of them could have come off. It was so bad.
Gabriel has the ball. João Pedro turning into Saliba. Arsenal cruised past Leeds at the weekend. There's 6 points clear at the run, and he's got space for Madueke on this near side, but he's being harassed by Caicedo.
Yeah, he should have gone earlier. The ball was up.
Chelsea have come out with a good shape, and they've started aggressively.
At times when they've got the ball back and help out.
Anticipated by Saliba. And Arsenal on the front foot again with swashbuckling Timber. Chelsea unnecessarily inviting a little bit of danger.
Yeah, keep your eye on that.
There's a few niggles in the first leg between these two. Then paid back by a goal from Mikel Merino. Here's Liam Delap trying to capitalise on a bit of an error inside the penalty area by Arsenal.
Yeah, Saliba just... I think that's the first one I've seen him make, to be fair. It's been...
pretty Ken, and Zubamendi actually unlocked the game at Ellen Rowe with the opening goal. With a brilliant header from
just beyond the midfield, linking play up.
This is Nkapio. Chelsea's back five as soon as Arsenal retreat into their own half, pushing up to the halfway line. Coach, and all 6 of his domestic games, weirdly, have been London derbies, so he's been thrown in. Interesting position. That's in good form at the moment, João Pedro. Cucurella. Problem.
He did well there, Cucurella, to get up, because he could quite easily have taken the tumble and just stayed down there and tried to...
Getting himself again to the Arsenal crowd. They certainly have taken to him now after all that nonsense when he first signed. Looked dangerous. He got an assist at the weekend, and he was credited with a goal as well, eventually.
Chelsea pushing up that 5 when Arsenal got the ball. Gyökeres isn't really the one to when he gets going, but it's not his game, so Arsenal with their wide men needs an out-to-in run, or they need a midfield.
Madueke. Both sides from Cucurella to pick up the ball. Hernandez. Madueke still hasn't been able to put his boot on yet. Delap hanging out on that right-hand side and trying to cause trouble for Piero Nkapio. It's Steve Bruce's side, and Arsenal had to mount a stunning comeback, and they eventually did that in a... And the FA Cup is the one honour that Mikel commanding position in this game, and actually talking to Ian Wright beforehand, he was suggesting that they...
It's been cagey.
Just a bit. Eze might be the one to do that, trying to feed Martinelli, who's... He's come in as well. Instead of getting the ball in, he's gone wider down towards the corner flag, and Arsenal reset. Madueke trying to tease his way past Cucurella. Bungles him off the ball.
What Arsenal have had to do.
28 goals from set pieces. Ball in towards Nkapie this time, and it goes out for another corner. I did think that Chelsea wanted the element of surprise there, though, Lee.
No,
it's taken away from them.
Absolutely, yeah, element of surprise.
Here's Eze. Nkapie trying to get a shot away, saved by Sanchez. It comes back to Gabriel. And Arsenal would have preferred that to fall at the feet of Martinelli or Gyökeres.
Well, it's a spectacular save. Nkapie just letting his left foot go. When you see it there, you think to them, which is what you're trying to do, upset their rhythm.
Yeah, I think it's worth explaining that again, that just before Arsenal, they've had a lot of the ball in the last 5 minutes. Headed away by Chalobah, picked up by Cucurella, a heavy touch.
Mr. Rosenior.
And whether he takes credit for it or it high line, pulls it back, looking for Eze. Didn't quite reach his intended target, but that's the first time we've seen them.
They've not been able to do that with the shorter balls, but on that occasion, Kepa pinging it 6-0.
Cucurella and Zubimendi have just gone down. Just have a look at the bottom of your screen. Looking for Gusto, the imposing Gabriel outmuscles him. Might be in a bit of a gap here for... But dealt with it. João Pedro did well to get in front of Saliba. That's a free kick.
What a touch that is from João Pedro. No right to win that. Saliba was there first, but his foot just poked.
Stadium. I don't think he minds that.
Gabriel on the left. Delap's played basically on that right touchline, and he's made a couple of decent runs, you know.
Chelsea quite happy to keep it as tight as possible, then maybe unleash some of their more creative talents from the bench. Feel quite tense and on a knife edge at the moment. First goal is so important in this. Started the game at Fratton Park in the FA Cup and the one against Kairat. This is Zubimendi.
As if to say, don't do that again. Had no time at all.
Caicedo. Just to shape that out to Malagusto is Malo Gusto. Delap's cross steered behind. It's going to go out for the first Chelsea corner of the game. Fana couldn't head it towards goal. That's away from Gabriel. Comes back out to Chalobah. Pinched by Cucurella. Madueke was on the floor. The referee wasn't going to give the foul until there was an intervention from, I think, one of his assistants. He said he had a beautiful meeting with his players last week in which he talked about the title charge. Liam Delap. Malo Gusto. Offside flag has stayed down for now. Sending towards Enzo. Cannoned off of blue shirts before Chelsea trying to merge with João Pedro, who's fouled. Cucurella and Madueke, former teammates, getting very well reacquainted. Facing the best defence in Europe, and here's Martinelli speeding through and trying to test Chelsea. Good turn. Gusto kept with him and stuck to his task, and it's a vital block.
Well, he made up for it because he got caught out. Just look at his positioning. Turns his back on the ball. You cannot do that. You don't know where it is.
So you've got to remain concentrated. Gyökeres has had more touches now. Nkapie on an offside position, is reluctant to pick hold of the ball there, and eventually, as soon as he touches it, the flag goes up.